Greetings, everybody, and welcome to episode 105, of the Sitcast, aka the Siblings in Cardboard podcast. I'm your host, Noah, joined by my buddy slash co-host, Thomas and Donnie. Justin, unfortunately, can't be here, but he sends his love. Whether you're a veteran card gamer or a first-timer just testing the waters, we are all Siblings in Cardboard. And guys, speaking of Siblings in Cardboard, somebody had a really fun and eventful time in Philadelphia.
Yeah, Philly.
Yeah, Michael Yesker won $100,000.
Oh yeah.
Well, okay.
He did.
Besides Michael, yeah,
He
dude,
did.
crazy, right?
And on possibly like one of the most degenerate decks ever. And it's not even like
DIO
that.
deck was sick.
It's not even that it's as overpowered as like either Kraken's Aether Vein like Burdens was or anything.
Yeah.
It's just okay. I don't know how many DIO games ended up on stream, but
A few.
that
A
deck
few.
sometimes can take like 20 game actions before it even starts attacking.
Yep, we saw that like 2 or 3 times.
And
we saw a couple feature matches like that. It was wild to see it.
I learned I'll get into it, but I learned I'm not the hugest fan of that DIO deck. But
Really?
it is good. It is good.
Is surprising.
It is good. Okay. Well, if you guys want to talk about like your past week before I get into my story time. Okay. I'll get right
I
into
played
it.
Talishar. I
Get
played
right into it, buddy.
Talishar,
Let's hear
and
it.
it was
Okay.
really fun.
So-
I
you
played
go.
some Sage, and that's it. That's all.
Here we go. Original concept of me going to Worlds was I really wanted to get my Technicore cold foils signed. And so I was super excited to go see some of the artists there. And I've also really been enjoying Reviled KO, and I wanted to play him in a competitive event. And this was a battle hardened that was reasonable and everyone was going to be at, and it was just going to be a lot of fun. So I actually looked forward to a battle hardened for once, even though they're terrible EV. I wasn't going there for the EV. I just wanted to play KO at a competitive level. So I got my overcrowded, full arc overcrowded sign. I got my Technicore cold foil
Beautiful.
sign. I got
Nice.
a pair of What Happens Next and Suspense is Killing Me sign for my Sage
Nice.
Pleiades deck.
That's awesome, dude.
I bought a painting of Matea's, the card that card art we put on at the end of every episode. I bought that painting.
Song of Yesteryears, I think is
Yep.
what that is.
I bought that painting from Matea's to put to my house during Christmas time. I wanted to
It's
get
such a cool painting.
I wanted to get Booze's signed by Matea's as well, but I only had one foil one. And so I did get it signed, and we were joking about like, oh, let's just buy Super Slam packs. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you'll get a Marvel before you like target a foil common. And I bought 3 Super Slam packs with some tickets and opened up a adult Marvel Liath.
Oh my god, dude. That's the cool shit I love, because it's never the things you're targeting you get. It's always something completely random. You're like, oh,
No.
okay.
To be fair, though, isn't there a new version of Booze coming out like
Yes.
towards the end of this month?
So now I don't feel
you
bad
may
about
have
my
made it-
one. Yeah, my one awkward copy of signed foil Booze will get replaced by 3 extended art copies
Ooh.
eventually.
Yeah.
Mateus goes to a lot of events, so I'm sure I'll get another opportunity. In fact, like that entire Black Friday pack is cards I want. Oh god.
Right? Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Oh wait, do they have the list for that out?
No, they spoiled.
it's in
they
our
spoiled some of
chat.
the cards. Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
All right. I'm going to put a picture of it on stream just so I could traumatize everyone. The most heinous thing that happened all weekend was someone played Flip It or Rip It with a alpha pack of Welcome to Wraith. And
No.
they ripped a cold foil scab skins in half.
No way. It's criminal.
I will show you
Oh
guys
my
a picture.
God,
I will put a picture on sorry people who listen to this on Spotify, you'll have to hop over to YouTube. I will put a picture so
Ooh.
people can be traumatized. I thought it was crazy. Like it was, dude, the cheering was insane. Oh, dude, it was so wild. It was right at the start of a calling round too. So it was just super
goodness.
disruptive. It was wild.
Like, I mean, they're just
That
cards.
hurts my soul. Not even my card.
But man, like, there's some brute stand out there that would have just been like, dude, that's a dream come true. And
Bro,
that's what I think
No,
about.
I'd play it anyway. like flatten it out, put it back together.
Yeah.
Put it in a really good inner
God.
sleeve and stick it in there. Yeah. No, I think
That
that's
hurts.
like I think that's 2 damage. There's like a certain level of damage where they just like we don't grade this. You can maybe get it.
Yeah.
You can maybe get it like parity graded.
You wouldn't be able to actually grade that. They would have no way to be able to.
Yeah, I think they'd
to give it a
reject you and
proper
send it
grade.
back. And then
That's no fun.
Saturday night, DM Armada hosted an impromptu Sage tournament. And
Yeah, I saw that.
That's
Yep.
so cool.
so I played
Commented
against
on
him
that, as a
in
matter of fact.
I played against him in round 3 and bonked him. And he was impressed enough to let me do a deck tech on his channel, and I won a Shadow Box Young Aurora that someone made. It is very pretty.
Nice.
So there's lots of cool things that happened. Okay.
That's sick.
Last minute, I kind of got bullied into playing in the calling. They're like, you should do it. You play Dash IO all the time. You help with this deck. And I'm like, I don't know. Then they
It's
convinced me.
taxing.
It is a very taxing deck, and the interaction with your opponent's not great. So I wasn't very into it. So I sit down, round 1 versus a Marlin, and I have a very like dedicated strategy
Oh
versus
my
Marlin.
God.
Actually, there's apparently a better strategy, which I'll talk about as soon as I talk about the round. But I sit down across from them, and it's Marlin. I'm like, oh, God, really? Literally the worst matchup in the game. I know there's a bunch of them, but round 1, come on. Anyway, I lost the die roll, even worse. So I'm just dealing with getting hit by stuff, and I managed to navigate through some things. And he just kind of has like a not great turn and loads up a redfin harpoon and shoots it at me for 10. I run 2 block on the pivot piece, 2 block on the gloves, 2 block on the chest, 1 block on the boots. I'm running the crappy boots with 1 block and 1 card.
Just for the block.
And I cover it for 10 and then kill him.
Did he go first or second?
He went
just,
first.
Just out of curiosity. First, okay.
You got to go first against Steve.
Oh, and by the way, I had a frailty token. I shot him for 15 times.
Dude, that's
And-
that's so fucking
and-
crazy to say.
I-
15 gunshots. Oh my God.
For 1. Because I had a frailty token.
Yeah.
Wow.
It could have been for 0. The mental damage is wild on that. Yeah. Take these actions.
And so this took me about 30 minutes to finish because I had lost a card. My gun was coming in for half. And I'm just watching his soul leave his body. Like,
I bet.
as I'm doing it. And I'm honestly not enjoying it because every time like it goes close, my opponent's usually like pretty confirmed they're dead. But I'm making sure I don't screw it up. I have to make sure I don't screw it up. And so it feels like I'm trolling a little bit, right? The person's like, man, I could get up and go to the 7-Eleven and get a snack if you would just like say you win and I agree. So okay, I kill him, and this is the first time I've ever been in a competitive event, win round 1 and be like, I kind of want to drop.
It doesn't, yeah, like you said, it doesn't sound like it's not a feels good deck. The
Okay.
interaction is almost, yeah.
So the next round is the one that like made me stay in it because it was a much more fun round. I got paired into Nathan Crawford. He was on Viceroy.
Wow. Talk about a small world.
Dude.
Small world.
I win the die roll, go first, and I swing a couple cards into him to try to look for stuff and set up. And he actually activates Spellbound Creepers and put a Read the Runes in, make 3 rune chants. And he gets to go second, and he ends the turn with like 8 rune chants, and I'm like, ruh-roh, because I'm not ready to kill him yet. And so I spend a little bit of the turn setting up again, and then it goes to his turn, and he makes a bunch more rune chants and puts out like an Amulet Echoes and a Rune Blood Barrier. No, he puts out Rune Blood Barrier. And I can't remember if he put Amulet Echoes out that turn or the next turn. Amulet Echoes is the one if you play 2 cards of the same name, you can activate at any point and make me discard 2 cards. So I'm like, crap. If I don't blow up these rune chants, he might just kill me because he's got like 14 rune chants at the moment. I did find a null time zone and named Sonata, but if he gets a Sonata in Arsenal, he can just kill me, right? So okay, I'm like, I'm going to mini combo. I play 1 high octane and I go and I bust up all his rune chants. I don't break the chest, I don't break the gloves. I've never ever done mini combo into big combo. It's always big combo into mini. So I did mini combo and waited till I found another high octane and put it in and and was set up for the big combo. Anyway, goes to my turn, break all my stuff, and commits to play out of my mind. I never triggered Amulet of Echoes until my hand was literally a system reset with a system reset in Arsenal. So I system reset, and for the rest of the turn, I only had one card in my hand ever at one time. And when he finally got convinced to break Amulet of Echoes, he made me discard a blue T-Bone. And then I drew a red 0-16, killed him with it. So I won his
That's awesome.
I got to play against him, won his poker chip. And that interaction with him, of him trying to figure out when to use the Amulet Echoes, was so much fun that that kind of revitalized me. So I decided to keep playing, even though round 1 kind of gave me bad vibes. Round 3, I got my butt kicked by Dromai. Lost the die roll. She put a whole bunch of dragons out and just ran me down. I just couldn't find it in time. She only gave me 3 turns to find it, and I didn't find it. I went for it, didn't get it. So, okay. 1 loss is fine. Not a big deal. Ran into New Prism. That is a unwinnable matchup for New Prism. I do not think she could threaten enough damage fast enough for me to find my combo. And there are no number of angels or auras or anything she could put out. She could put out Parable of Humility, but I could just wait till I get an extra action point, shoot it with the gun, right?
Yeah.
Round 5 versus Starvo. It's the first time he ever saw someone play Stasis Cell against him. And boy, he read that and he's like, wow.
Wait a minute.
So
what'd you call?
You can't activate your quick dodge flexors. You can't block with your shield. And so I just tear into him, but I couldn't find everything I needed. He also blizzarded me. So I lost an action point. I'm not going to pay. I had extra action points. So lost action point and didn't quite get there. He was at 12 or 14 or something. So I wasn't quite there. No, I think it's a little lower, but I didn't kill him. And I did not find the 3rd high octane to put it in Arsenal. The only thing I was able to find was a system reset. So we go to the turn again. I did find another stasis cell, activated again. He's like, yep, that's great. And I do the system reset thing. Don't find high octane. I kill him with the last gunshot.
Nice.
Wow.
If he had 2 blocks in his hand, if he only had 1 2-block in his hand, he fatigues me. So it came down to 1 point of value. It was close. Marlin.
That's a good game.
Marlin the next round pummeled me. And then disrupted me enough that I just ran out of space. Couldn't kill her. Which is
literal pummel? Did
yeah,
you have to read
pummeled
the card?
me. Shot a red pin harpoon at me. And I said, block with my 1 red card. And said no blocks. And then she pummeled me anyway. I lost another card. I'm like, crap. And then she made me pitch 2 high octanes to flip items off the top so I don't lose them to King Crack and Harpoon. It was brutal. I couldn't get the high octane into Arsenal to get the thing to work. And so at the very end, I played this little piddly turn, because even little piddly turns can sometimes turn into 80 damage. So I just went for it. I finally got space to play a high octane, went for it, didn't get it, and then she just killed me the next turn. Then round 7.
We're X and 2 at this point.
Yeah, X and 2. Still alive for day 2. Round 7 versus a Dromai. I win the die roll this time. Get some time to set up. However, she double Kyloria's me. Kyloria break boots Kyloria. So I blocked with both pieces of equipment. And then I had to block with 2 cards. So, yep. And that killed her. Yep. Killed her with a 3-card hand from 37. She had
Golly.
5
That's
Ash
so
Wings.
crazy
She
to
had
me.
5 Ash Wings, Asvali, Chromai, and Kyloria.
That's
Shrug.
so crazy.
You guys watch the stream. And then final,
Oh, no,
I mean,
yeah,
fair.
it's crazy.
final game was Dash
Yeah, I got
IO.
in trouble at work because I was watching that stream.
Final game was Dash IO. Lost the die roll. He threw a Fast and Furious at me, flipped a boom grenade off the top to pump it up to 4, hit me for a little bit of damage right on turn 0, put out a TikTok clock and wrecked me with it, and dealt me 41 damage on his second turn. It's just a more traditional Dash IO. Just found the absolute nuts and blew all my stuff up. So I was just like, I'll concede, but we don't need to keep playing and put me into a blocking pattern like you got it. And ended up 89th place. 80th place gets in even if you were X3. So didn't quite make it. So didn't feel bad about it.
Still, no, great showing, dude.
Yeah,
like super good showing.
But was also happy to never play this deck again because I'm pretty sure they've bailed on the Living Legend format, at least for now. It looks like they want to
I think so too.
Yeah, they want to put that one back on the back burner and cook it a little bit more. All right.
Okay, I think Sage is going to be a more fun jockey.
So then it was that evening that I went to DM Armada's tournament, and I got back from his tournament and sat and stared at my RKO 80 for like 2 hours. Just being like, there's just something not quite right. And we talked about some like cards here and there. I'm like, I don't care about this second blue Nimblism.
Real quick, did you actually say what you played at the Sage tournament? I don't remember hearing it.
Oh, yeah, Pleiades.
You played the Pleiades.
Yep. Okay. I bonked people with Pummel. I'll put a link to the DR Armada's deck tech too.
Yeah, it's the same one that we talked about a couple of weeks ago, right?
Mm-hmm. With almost, well, I don't know if I've changed really anything. I think I put Oasis Respites in. I think you need either Oasis Respite or Arcane Polarity to survive Wizard. So, yep, I stared at my deck list for a while and I was like, okay, I'm tired of this second blue Nimblism. I don't care if I get forced to block with it or it gets flipped off the top or whatever. If that happens, whatever. The Nimbies suck. It's fine. I'm just tired of ever seeing Nimblism in my hand. I don't want to ever see this card in my hand unless I search out my deck. So I turn it into a Blummel. A blue Pummel.
A blue Pummel. The real Pummel. The multifaceted Pummel. It pitches, it hits, it still takes a card.
Boy, was the Blummel.
Was it white border? White border from max psychic damage.
No, I think it was black border, but the one that I took it out of my Pleiades deck, and the one that I just put back in the Pleiades deck is white border. So there's a mix of those in the Pleiades deck.
Good.
So yeah, awesome. I put in Blummel, and then I also took out a Villainous Pose and put in a Overcrowded. So 2 Overcrowded. Villainous Pose was just never paying off. It has some cool interactions if you get to the absolute end game, but it was almost always just this liability, and it wasn't blue. So if I ever drew it in hands, like it was just so awkward to play and didn't have the good enough payoff. So I put it in for another Overcrowded because Mario seemed pretty popular for the weekend, and so it just gives me more points into Mario, and it's just a solid card. So I didn't have really any complaints about it. Honestly, you could just run a 3rd Flex Strength. That card's awesome. All right, round one of the Battle Hardened. Lost versus Jarl. Went to last card, last life. Almost survived, literally getting Oaken ulted and felling the crown 6 turns in a row.
Fatigue.
Whoa.
Fatigue Jarl.
I mean, he just had the fatigue package in there, but he was trying to kick my butt. Like, he's just like,
yeah, but I mean, was he running sigils and life gain and things
he's
of
running
that nature?
He was running thin my deck down, play Remembrance, put all the good cards in, and then kick my butt with them, which he did.
Yeah, dude, I hate.
But it still came down last card, last life. I tried to interrupt his Everbloom life loop with something I tested where you play Poison the Well, and they gain 0 life, so they just lose it. And then he had fruits, so he managed to go back up. And it came down. I ran out cards first before he did. It was so close, but it was a great game. So start off with a loss. If anyone knows about Battle Hardens, starting off with a loss is terrible because X2 you're out and you don't get really anything. You barely get anything for getting top 8 in Battle Hardens. So you don't get anything if you don't make it top 8. You're definitely there playing for fun. So a little bit of a downer.
How many players were in the Battle Hardened?
240. They increased the cap by 40 players. So
burn.
Going into this, if there were no draws, so no weird draw math, there was a chance that an X1 doesn't make it into top 8. So I had a potential to have a funny story. If I submarined, I could have maybe been the worst X1. And I'll even get a t-shirt printed. I went X1 and a Philly Battle Hardened didn't even make top 8. Like I'd be able to complain about it for forever. Anyway, round 2, Jarl got the life lead and clown slapped the crap out of him. Yeah, I know, double Jarl. This one went completely differently. I got the life lead on this one and just clown slap. Round 3 versus a KO. He rolled scabs 4 times and got 2 action points out of 2 of them. Went neutral on one of the other 2, and it was just beating the bejesus out of me. I managed to come back by just flesh bagging him in a way that he lost like 12 points of value.
Ooh.
And squeaked it back, and it came down to that, like, where we're both giving up 2 cards and playing 2 cards. My 2 cards are usually better than his 2 cards, and all his reckless assaults, or whichever one, the one that makes you clash and take 1 damage if you lose the clash, all 3 of those had been used. So he didn't have any gimmicky way to kill me unless he had 2 reckless swings in his hand, which he didn't. So managed to get there. Thought that was the end of my run. Round 4 versus Mario. I had the answer every time it mattered, but it's still this like really weird heavy mark build, and it just did a lot of damage. It worried less about disruption and just very, 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 very consistent damage. That one came down really close. The final life total is 3-1, and it wasn't like I took a lot of damage going to 3 to kill him. The previous turn cycle I was at 5, so it was. Yeah, very close. Round 5 versus Kasai. I was like, man. All right, well, this is the end of the run. This is it. This is the one matchup I wanted to dodge. I do not know how to beat Kasai. Luckily, I play against Chris Martin. The dude is a incredible Kasai player, and so I do know what to do going in to possibly win. He made 1 gold the entire game. It was off of pitching riches. It was off of pitching riches. He didn't make gold any other time. He made 1 gold off of pitching riches. I beat the brakes off of him. It wasn't close, man. I had every answer. Every time he swung in for a raw too, so he could do Blood Follows Blade, I had to take it on the chin. Okay. Feeling pretty good after a Kasai win. I thought that was going to be like that felt like my final boss. I was like in the groove. Set down versus Prism. I feel really good as Prism. I'm a brute. I have Scabskin Leathers. I have lots of poppers that are just naturally in my deck. The typical thing happens. Beat the crap out of the Prism. At the very last moment, they turned the game around, and I had to roll Scabs and do some really risky plays to finally clear out his board, lock it out, and kill him. It was a very tough game. It always is. You have to take a lot of risks. Even though like you should be favored. I don't know. I still think it's hard against Prisms who know what they're doing. He didn't know my hero very well, but he did understand the brute matchup very well. It was tough. Round 7 was versus a Puffin. I'm very favored in that matchup. It's not close. It wasn't close. I think I beat him with like 20 life left.
Okay.
It's just like if they're being hyper aggressive, I just start blocking. If they're being like,
what was a
really
Puffin doing at X and 1?
I don't know.
Puffin's pretty good.
I don't think the deck is bad. I just think it has some play lines that like are really easy to manipulate, and the opponent gets to choose how they're manipulated. Like, okay, I got to do a funny thing. The overcrowdeds like never came up for some reason. Even though I had 2 in my deck in my Mario rounds, I didn't see them, which is funny. However, the turn he played Polycranka and I blocked down to basically nothing, I had an overcrowded in my hand, but I didn't have any 1 attacks in my discard. So I'm like, I'm not going to claw this. I want to get a 1 attack in my discard for looking for a scrap to be online, right? And I said, put it in a cage. And he looked at me like, what? I'm like, your Polycranka, it's dead. I caged it with the overcrowded. He didn't think it was really funny. I thought I was being funny.
I think
Is that
hilarious.
an aura? Is Polycranka an aura?
No, it's a critter.
No, it's an ally.
With 1 health. So my overcrowded hit it for 1 and it died.
Got it.
And
Okay, I was going to say...
I turned my looking for scraps online. Okay. After that, another Mario. This is my winning in. So I won that one with 21 life. I literally had the answer every single time. It was brutal. Dude, the only time he hit me other than flicks or little Chalicera hits here and there, or I think he did a Kiss of Death for 11. I said, no blocks, whatever. And I think I baited him. because he passed on reactions, thinking I was going to defense react, and I was just like, nope, I pass. And just let it hit me for like 8. I intellect penalty too. But you know what? I don't care, because I did clown slap it, make it 9. And still, do you react in hand? Do you react in arsenal? I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah, no toxin for you, buddy. Okay.
Oh, no one knows about this. If you're trying to bait a D-react out of your opponent's hand and you do the pass thing to see if they're going to do it and they pass too, you go, man, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, it hurts. Can confirm.
All right.
I've done it so many times, and I've seen people do it, and it's like, no, you don't get another option. We're done.
Yeah, we're
like,
done.
You passed, I passed, we're done.
First top 8.
Ooh, pretty.
Dude, so cool. What a sick map,
compass
too.
play map. I'm gonna bring it to Armory tomorrow.
Heck yeah.
Trying to extort Paul out of money for it.
I was about to say, I think we know somebody that's gonna want it.
So, round 1 is Kevin Murphy, and he's been seeing me play RKO all day. And he's like, God damn it, I gotta play against the brute guy. And I'm like, Kevin, do you remember at Nationals you played against a Riptide and you looped him on turn 2? And he's like, yeah, I'm back for revenge. And I'm not playing a Ranger this time. So I think he's at 2 life at like turn 3 or 4.
Ooh.
I am blasting him. His hands have not been drawing well. Like, he's just getting destroyed. And then he does the Prism thing. He's got like 2 Genesises out. He's got like 2 Pierce Realities. He plays a Passing Mirage. He keeps playing Arclight Sentinel. It's just driving me nuts. It takes me another 12 turns to kill him. Actually, I don't even technically kill him. Like, I do deal him a lethal blow, but I dealt him a lethal blow because he only had 1 card that blocked left in his deck. I put him to 2 on like turn 4, and I technically fatigued him.
That's... I hate Prism so much.
Dude,
That's crazy.
It was an epic match.
Prism so
Everyone was like, how epic is that? I only rolled Skeps 2 times. I rolled it once on turn, my first turn, to kill Merciful Retribution that he played on turn 0 and still try to threaten some damage. I rolled 2 action points. He was running Gambler's Gloves, that dirty bastard. He didn't break them then. He didn't think it was worth it. It probably wasn't. And then I rolled Scouts one other time. And I rolled a 2, and I'm looking at him like, least interesting result. Would you like to make it more interesting? And he's like, nah. And then I never rolled Scabs again after that. I just, like, very disciplined, slowly worked all his auras away so that he couldn't do... There's, like, this machine gun thing that you can do if you get enough Spectral Shields out and 2 Merciful Retributions. I didn't let him set up machine gun. So I slowly worked down his auras and then found a position where I could throw enough damage into him to get rid of his Spectral Shields, and then just kind of worked him down from there. All right. Then... Alexander Vor. By the way, top 8 was stacked. So Alexander Vor on Acilio. He combos me on turn 2.
Oh my god.
And I'm just like, oh man, okay. Vor has blown me up as a wizard. I think this is the 4th time he's aced me now. I'm like, here we go. Luckily I drew 2 D-reacts, a blue, and a 3 blocks. So I'm like, all right, I might be okay a little bit. So I block out, trying to keep the Channel Lightning Valley from getting procced. Eventually, I'm just holding the last blue in my hand, and I just let him hit me. And he's going, he draws 2 cards. He goes to the end, and I'm like, I don't want to get gamed if he has a spell. So I just blocked I blocked the blue in my hand. It blocks for 3. So I just blocked it on the last attack. And then I look at him, and he goes, Arsenal pass. And I'm like, holy crap, because he had like 11 charges on the Volzar. I'm at 30. He broke all his equipment. So I'm like, all right, full fatigue mode. He's going to zap me next turn, even though it's like 30 to 30 right now. I probably won't be able to keep the life lead. I'm just going to play very clean because I'm going to have to just pass tempo back to him, right? So I go into full fatigue mode, and I think it's like 2 turns later, I block a Looking for a Scrap plus a Sirens of Safe Harbor or something like that into an attack. No, I block a 3 block plus Sirens of Safe Harbor into an Eclectic to block a clean 5 and gain a life, right? I missed that life gain. And then it was another few turns later that he's in the tank thinking about something, and I go, shit. I missed a life gain a few turns ago. And I just said out loud, if I die by 1 life, it's my fault. And lo and behold, like 5 turns later, he comes in, he kills me by 1. I had deterministically fatigued him. He only had 4 cards left in his deck. He had another zap, but I survived with a blue in hand, and then the next turn, I have Oasis Respite. So I was digging and digging. There was even a time that I just told him to have it. I went completely shields down and said, have it, because I was just digging for Oasis Respite. I didn't want to keep any cards in hand. So that was the end of my run. I could have won, but I was very happy. And I also thought it was very cool that I lost around in top 8 or top 4 to 1 point of life gain. That just shows you, like, at the top level, how freaking cool this game is. Like 1 point of life gain, and I get a PTI invite. And my biggest regret is not getting to do the full gauntlet of Kevin Murphy into Alexander Vore into Jacob Clements.
Ooh.
That would have been so cool. Like, dude, that's my biggest regret. Yeah, a PTI is really nice, right? The price payout's way better getting finals, but just to like be like my cap off my Philadelphia experience with running the gauntlet of Kevin into Alex into Jacob would have been just the coolest thing ever. Man, that was a good day, dude. But I was in the tank.
That sounds like a sick weekend,
dude,
man.
Literally from like 9 to 8, man. Because my deck's a bit grindy. Other than like I think the Puffin game. I think that was the only game where I had like a clean 20 minutes to do things. All right. That's it. That's my story time. I had a great time. That Philadelphia has been my best experience, probably even above Pro Tour LA. It was great.
So, were you actually at the keynote on Thursday too, or did you come in after?
No, I was there. I deleted that boring detail. I did stand in line for 3 hours on day 0 to get to the merch booth. So I watched the keynote while in line in the merch booth. It took 3 hours.
Okay.
The guys running the merch booth were bros for keeping the place open late, so everyone that stood in line for 3 hours got their stuff.
That's awesome. What would you say was the most exciting thing to see live?
The Levia.
We watched the stream.
The Levia. I'm going to say Levia. She was there. There's a picture of her. They're going to give her a card.
At least one.
At least one.
At least they're going to give her at least 1 card. Yeah, I don't know if anybody recorded it or if anybody did anything with the keynote, but like I only know offhand of like the stream that there's a new warrior deck. You know what I mean? Like I actually don't know anything.
Whoa,
I'm serious.
You didn't actually watch the keynote.
Nope.
It was
No.
live streamed by like a couple of different people. Agroblaze is the one that I watched.
It was
and
epic.
then also they posted it
I
after
was just
the fact too.
Okay. Well, I'll go back but I was like, if you don't want to stream it during it happening, then I'll just wait. I'll wait. No, I watched
they posted a couple hours later, dude.
So,
like, it's available
tell
to
me,
watch now.
Tell me what I missed outside of the warrior, which I saw. Which
there's so
talk about Hollow.
much. Okay.
Yeah, was it good? Was it a good keynote? I know expansion
Dude.
sets are back.
You haven't seen any of the new alt arts?
Have you?
The,
do you
the
not
Shelter
actually
of
know
Storm
what
and
Hollow
Balance of
does?
Justice, yeah.
And I have a
I know what
video.
Hollow does. I saw I have a Phidia. I saw it. I got bits and pieces of it.
They're printing a really bad Brute Claw.
I did see the really bad Brute Claw.
It's really
there was a
good.
bunch of spoilers that came out over the weekend
Those-
too. I forgot all about those. Holy crap!
Those comeback kicks, those revered boots are wild.
Yeah, they're good.
Those are so crazy.
They are really pushing Pleiades. I think they really, really want her to be a premier deck.
Well, this plays exactly into your play line, right? Because like in the Sage, you just want to go, no blocks, do your worst. I'm going to hit you for like 25. And now you get to hit them for like, you could potentially like fork them, right? You could potentially throw 2 attacks and you get to choose which one you're pummeling.
Do you have the spoilers pulled up? Because
I do.
I have some of them.
All right.
But yeah,
All right, so can you read me the boots? I want to make sure I remember correctly.
When the crowd cheers you, if you have less life than each other hero, you may destroy this. If you do, gain 1 action point. So you could either run cheers, or you could run like, does Superstar cheer you too, or does it give you a confidence token?
Superstar cheers you.
Okay. Yep. Either one of those works. So you have Superstar out. You tell your opponent, kill me this turn. They try. They put you low. The Superstar cracks. You crack your boots. And then you ask your opponent what flavor of ice cream they want. Or you just hit them with Titan's Fist after you bonk them for 22.
Yeah, just add insult to injury.
So
only if it's a Titan's Fist for 3, right?
So we learned Silver Age is going to have like a community vote system.
That's interesting.
Super pumped to see how that works out. I really want to see this the ban and restriction list of this format be extremely dynamic. If the cards are going to be cheap, then I want to see the decks get banned and unbanned pretty often to kind of force change, very rapid changes in the meta.
Like, what do you think? Like once a month updates?
Yeah, a monthly like rotation would be cool. If there's enough events, if there's not enough events, then a quarterly rotation is fine too.
That tracks.
Oh my god, those Bolton boots are nuts.
What if they did a new ban list every week during RTN season? How wild would that be?
That might be too rapid.
It's Sage. I'm just saying, if we're gonna push it, let's push it. It's a $20 format. Why not?
You talking about the $20 ticket
to the $2 million world tour? Yes, I am.
Oh, man.
Actually, that brings me back to something that I've had poking around in my head for a couple of days, and it's a gripe, and I know people love hearing gripes and moans and groans and complaints, but it feels to me like we have gotten a lot more marketing from LSS and a lot less communication over the last few months. Like, they are amping up the marketing considerably, but we've gotten less relevant like dev talks, and it feels like the communication is weaker than it used to be. Does that make sense?
Maybe.
You mean like we get the like the products and the spoils, but we don't get like a why or a direction?
Yeah, it's more hype and less communication.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it used to be that LSS was very, very open, and you'd hear they'd admit to their mistakes and that kind of stuff, and they still do that, but it feels like it's like pulling teeth to get them to do something like that these days. Am I the only one that feels like that?
There is a such thing as too much community involvement. So maybe they feel like they've been getting flack or a lot of negative response from being like too open. I know I followed other video games and stuff in the past that, like, when they made balance changes and stuff because they interact with the community actually said, I think you're interacting with us too much. You need to stop and look back at your basics, because like you knee jerking to community too hard is actually causing your employees are either just not making good decisions, or the balance is actually suffering. Because I think balancing is a balance of internal testing within the dev team with some community feedback. Most of that community feedback honestly should be real games rather than people saying that they feel like they don't like something.
100%.
Yeah.
However, they are letting us just vote for who we hate the most in Silver Age.
That is going to be very, very interesting, and it's tied to your gym account, right? And you have to be like, you have to have participated in a Sage event like over the last season in order to cast your vote. That's going to be really cool.
What a vote?
Yeah, that's something else that you didn't catch.
No,
that was something else that was at the keynote.
Yeah, you'll have to actually come to an event, Noah, if you want to like.
I'll be in all of these Silver Age events.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Are you sure?
Okay, maybe not all of them, but
So, as someone who didn't get to watch much of it, like, what were some like the key takeaways from watching this new mixed event? Like, how was top 8 especially? Like, the choices between like deferring first and deferring format and stuff.
It made for, I don't know. It's hard to compare because it felt like just one game after another. I guess that's something that's relevant. It really was one game continuously after another. There was hardly any breaks in the top 8. They were always switching to another backup game. So I almost felt like they were just like pre-recording the games, like they were off on the side and just featuring the one. But it was the first like 3 games were all, back to back 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, and then they went to the fourth game of the quarterfinals, and they managed to get to a game 3. And I think the other games that we watched were just straight 2-0s as well until the finals. And the finals was wild. That was some crazy flesh and blood. The first game against Syndra, or between Gravy and Syndra, I thought that was a foregone conclusion. I thought Gravy was just going to get rolled to Syndra, but nah. He managed to get that first game. But the second game where we saw Dio, dude, that deck was so freaking broken.
That was literally the last peak that he found the high octane. He had to start boosting to go farther.
I mean, seeing that deck in full force was crazy.
Yeah, I've been raving about it. Like, I couldn't rave about it too much in any like public format because it was like a really badly kept secret, but still technically a secret. But yeah,
kind of like Marlin was.
I mean, Marlin is good, but I don't think it was -IO good. So I like Marlin way better. If I had to choose another LL deck to play, if it was going to be some degenerate draw lots of cards BS, it would be Marlin instead of Dio.
Man, that's one of the things I had a really good time is like having somebody tell me what the list is, and then kind of conceptualizing it was really cool. Actually watching somebody play against a Zen and literally just make him look like he's not even playing Flesh and Blood was wild. I mean,
are you talking about the Marlin?
Yeah, there's a Marlin LL game versus Zen. I was like watching parts of day 2 and parts of day 1 just to kind of get a feel of what's going on. And the Zen didn't even get to play a game. Like, didn't get to play the game whatsoever. It was like conquer into one of the fattest king sharks I've ever seen, and it was basically either just lose your hand or lose your hand.
Dude, it's crazy that like thought seizing your opponent every turn and having perfect hand knowledge like makes matchups pretty good for you, right?
Yeah,
go figure.
Go figure.
Information is good in Flesh and Blood.
Being able to play cash in 3 times a game with no downside.
My god, I was gonna say it doesn't hurt when you get the cash in for free into Art of War, into potentially 3 of a kind, and you're just like, what do I do with all these cards? Probably hit your opponent really hard and really wide.
Tap Marlin, play Art of War.
Oh yeah, for free, because you banish the free real estate.
So at first I was really concerned about the best of 3 thing, but I think it grew on me by the end of it. I feel like that's something that they could explore more in future top 8s, especially like Sage events. Once
Sage
we start seeing like Sage stuff on stream,
Sage
I think
BO3
would
be good.
So do you think like 5 rounds of Classic Constructed, 6 rounds Sage, 4 rounds of Classic Constructed into best of 3 format would work with CC Sage?
Yeah.
I think the Sage games would end up being shorter than most of the Living Legend
games. It will make
games.
the day way shorter because you'll subtract 60 minutes off the day, 55 minutes to 35 minutes. You'll subtract 60 minutes off the day, both ends.
Okay, so what if you did Sage, then 6 rounds of CC, then Sage, then top 8 is all Sage?
You gotta have CC.
Don't
premier events.
Format.
I don't think Sage is going to be as balanced as Classic Constructed. I think Classic Constructed still needs to be the like premier
flagship.
Flesh and Blood format.
That's what we're here to play for the most part. I just think Sage is more balanced and speaks a little bit better across the board than LL does, and it's easier to tune that than it is easier to tune LL.
At the DM Armada tournament, I was watching a Briar play Snapshot Lexi, and dude, the Briar was just laid in like 20 points of value into this Lexi, and she didn't block a bit of it. She just gave, I think she gave a little bit of armor and went to like 3. And he starts his turn and breaks Hope Merchant's Hood. I'm like, that is wild to me to say no blocks and then say, I want to cycle some cards out of my hand. He's like, I don't care what they are. I just want to see something different. and then he commenced to win the game.
That's how it works.
He took
Sometimes that's how it works.
He took the Briar's entire hand and put her to like 2 and then ground her down.
That's so crazy. Dude, that's so crazy.
Did you know?
Oh my god.
Did you know that when Lexi uses Snapshot, that she gets to activate Death Dealer again at instant speed, and it gives her an action point back?
I gotta go read Snapshot.
She gets to draw another card and gets another action point because it activates the bow at instant speed, and it has Go Again. If you do a Go Again effect at instant speed, you net an action
get a free
point.
action point. Huh.
Bro, I felt like I was watching actual Lexi play at one point. Like,
Ugh.
That's actually crazy.
Trauma. I don't miss Lexi.
dude, the Briar was slapping people around too. And like, did you know that Fi can play Wrath of Retribution?
I mean, in theory.
Nah, he likes blues. He just pitches the blue Wrath of Retribution, then Kadachi for 2, Kadachi for 2. It's kind of lit.
Kadachi, yeah.
You're pitching a blue into Kadachi's anyway, so might as well pitch it in a Wrath of Retribution.
Yeah, that tracks. Wow, that's cool. Okay.
DM Armada was playing Riptide, and he made Riptide look fine too. The traps zapping you for 1 is really significant when you have such a low life total.
It is.
Yeah.
Lots of things proc it. They're annoying. You still have some coverage with arrows. Like, I've played against a couple of like full trap Riptides, and it feels bad. Any Olympias?
There was someone on Decimator Great Axe. I don't know. I think they were on Dory though. In my opinion, I would think Dory is potentially better. Well, you're just running Olympia for the extra 2 block on the headpiece. But yeah.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Sage is really exciting. I wouldn't necessarily say it's balanced yet, but I think it's going to be a dynamic format that will probably balance out just fine. Oh, all the Rune Blades are good, by the way. Every single one of them.
They are very good. They're all
Rune Blade is a broken class.
Chain, Viscerai, Briar, and Aurora, all fantastic.
So, what do you think happened to Monarch 3? Did we is it getting pushed back? Because I thought it was supposed to be the first set of 2026. Isn't that what they said originally?
Maybe we get some.
Whoa,
Monarch
this is the expansion
cards.
set though.
Maybe we get some Monarch 3 themed cards to kind of like fill out the story, because it could be all the different peoples of Wraith are getting involved in this like battle in Solana. So maybe that's how they rationalize it within the story, rather than just having it be a non-canonical set like History Pack, right? We'll see.
Well, Dynasty was a supplemental set, but it was very canonical.
Yeah, and so is Everfest.
Huh. Yeah. So
well, what I mean
maybe
is
this is Monarch 3.
No. Can't be Monarch 3. Monarch 3 was an actual set. Well, I guess not, because Dust Till Dawn wasn't a real set.
Dust Till Dawn was not a real set.
It's a real set. It exists. You can buy it.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't a core set. Like, it wasn't meant to be drafted.
Correct.
Dude, if you have a lower playable to unplayable ratio than Bright Lights, your set sucks.
I actually like Bright Lights Limited. I thought it was really fun.
Oh no, Bright Lights Limited was fine. I'm just saying the playable cards in Bright Lights are kind of low because they have stuff like 0 to 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bright Lights was a flop in some places, heavily.
So
What else was there?
I mean, I just feel a little overwhelmed. I'm in like the 36th hour of being awake too, so I'm going in like the fatigue and loopiness at the same time.
Okay.
Anything else
we
from
do
the
the market
keynote
minute?
that's gonna no, but the market minute is we could end on it. Anything else though besides so reprints and reprints we could talk about in the market minute. I mean, Hallow didn't do anything to the market, I'll tell you that much. The deck seems really interesting. It's another warrior. Whoop-de-doo. Can't even fix Dory. That's okay. Dory's fine. I just don't want people to go on Dory right now. I need to play Dory.
Her
Or
hero
CLL.
power seems underpowered, but like so did Arceus.
I was gonna say there's gonna be some wild things that she'll be able to do. That hero power counters on demand's pretty good.
There was a couple of different product announcements in addition to the Armory deck Origins. There's going to be 2 new mastery packs next year. Like, we don't know what the classes are, but there are going to be 2 new mastery packs like towards the end of next year.
I'll keep my enthusiasm curbed because like
Yeah, we'll see.
Mastery Pack Guardian was not great.
Mastery Pack Guardian was masterful. Lots of Guardian cards. They were all pretty good. Some really nice legendaries. A Marvel Jarl. Come on. What more do we want out of that? Like, they all can't be bangers.
Mastery Pack Guardian was a little disappointing because Guardians were looking for support for so long, and then
they got it.
They got it. Come on.
Big support. Leave a dent. Whew. Oh my God.
I do need
Big
some Richter
cards.
scales though. Like I need some Richter scales if you have any extra in your bulk.
I only bought a few boxes. I will check. I haven't gotten rid of any of the bulk MPG I got.
I haven't opened a single pack of MPG.
Okay, that's all you need to know right there, Noah. If you haven't opened a single pack of Mastery Pack Guardian, then
Mastery Pack Guardian. That was a willful decision.
So I was told if you buy a lot of it, the EV is actually quite good.
It is.
But it is very swingy. You'll go through $400 worth of product and open like $20. Like it's, yeah. Or you can open up another $400 worth of product and open $1,200. Like it's very
All
very
right.
swingy.
That's what I'm hoping for when I finally open some of it.
Yeah. Just
I
keep your expectations reasonable.
My expectations are always reasonable. I just want to see shiny shit. Like it's really easy to get me excited. Does it shine? All right, sick.
all right. So tell me about some shiny shit.
You're talking about like shiny shit that's going up in price?
Yeah.
Well, as he alluded to, all rune blades are doing really well. So much so that young Shane and young Vincent actually are up in price. That's right, young Vincent.
Oh,
Because Vincent's also playable. So please add that to the list of rune blades that are
I
playable.
didn't mention her. She's probably not playable.
She's gonna be playable. They're buying her up like hotcakes. She's playable. Okay. She was about a $6 cold foil, young Vincent. She's now at $18, $22 actually in climbing. So pretty sizable increase there. And we'll just go ahead and do some of the Sage stuff first. Shane that's not a cold foil Shane.
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 It's definitely
Mr.
Chain.
Soul.
It's definitely
Mr. Soul, Mr. Soul Shackle himself. $30 for the cold foil hero. $35 actually for the young. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see here. What do we got? What do we got from that? Sigil of Suffering seen a lot of extra buys, probably because Rune Blade's really good. So Sigil of Suffering red's like a $2 rare. And climbing, so just keep your eyes on that. Rainbow Foil, $4. The KO Young Marvel from Heavy Hitters is a $25 Marvel. So a lot of Marvel Young Heroes kind of going up. We talked about this.
Yeah, I got my feelings hurt the other day. I went looking for a Baby Mario Marvel, and it had gone from like $30 up to $75 when I looked at it. Definitely feel like I missed the boat on that one.
Yeah, a lot of
jumping.
like, dude, Enigma went crazy. It was already kind of
Yeah, Enigma went wild.
Enigma's got pretty art.
Yeah.
Enigma is one of the highest like glow ups. I didn't have too much for it because a lot of the Silver Age cards are pretty much the same kind of ones that we already talked about. So like your Arcane Players, your Blade Beckoners. If there's anything you guys think might be like, oh, this is crazy, and you want me to check it, the only thing I can think of is, anybody want to tell me how much they think Red Boulder Drop is?
Last I looked, it was 15.
Dang.
I mean, it's pretty spot on. In fact, there's one listing left at $12.28 for 3 of them, and then you got to buy it from this one guy who's got 24 of them for $31 a piece. So that's these are your options. Okay, it's not me, by the way. I don't have 24 Boulder Drop Reds. They wouldn't necessarily be $31. It is pretty scalpable. It's scalping like crazy. So Boulder Drop Red is probably one of the other ones that you just have to keep your eyes on. Let's see here. Some of the big things that we discussed, obviously, there's reprints coming. Some of the most notable reprints was Eye of Ophidia. I believe that's a non-foil Eye of Ophidia, because it has to be. I don't think the reprint policy would allow that to be a foil.
Nope, that's not true. Different art.
Well, they're cheating. That's not how that works.
No.
Can't change the art and then just no. That's a loophole
and did already.
That's a loophole, and we don't like it.
Yeah,
send it back.
One of my buddies, Lee, had some words about that.
Yeah, that's not how it's supposed to be. You can if you wanted to make those comments, and that's what I thought it was, which I was super cool with. I was like, that's perfect. We're not infringing on the reprint policy. We're giving away fables. And now you're going to sit here and tell me that it's an actual foil. So now it's a different art rainbow foil that in some cases is better than the original.
Yeah,
you need to look at the new tunic.
Somewhere that there's a breakdown. Oh, the new tunic is gorgeous.
Wait, there's a new tunic? No way.
Yeah.
Where?
And the art is just fire.
They, as someone said on Twitter, they bimbofied her.
Yeah.
No way.
It turned into it from a tunic to a sleeveless backless dress. It is really cute, but all right. I'll tell you.
I may have to get a new tunic. I mean, real
Antiquity Pack product details. So this is the one that the good stuff can come in.
Yeah.
It's like a gold it's like a treasure pack, right? You get one of them per display. There's a regular slot, an antiquity slot, and a puzzle slot, just like the other treasure slot. So your regular slot has a non-foil antiquity rare. The antiquity slot can have a non-foil antiquity majestic, or a cold foil antiquity majestic, or a non-foil antiquity fabled. Oh no, so never mind. The Eye of Ophidia specifically. The Eye of Ophidia specifically is non-foil. However, the puzzle slot will either have a rainbow foil puzzle piece, like the full art stuff, or a rainbow foil antiquity legendary.
Oh,
so
yeah,
the legendaries are being reprinted as foils in their new arts. You're right about specifically the Eye of Ophidia and any other fable they choose to reprint here.
Can somebody send me this tunic? I can't find it. It's not even the purple Discord.
Is it not in our group chat?
Not that I'm aware of. Oh,
so set composition: 1 Marvel, 3 fables in the compendium. There's 3 fables.
It's
7 legendaries. Yeah, it could be the first 3 gems. 7 legendaries, 17 majestics, 10 rares, and 27 puzzles. This is the antiquity pack, by the way.
Oh my god, do you think this is where cold foil Tropos comes in? Holy crap. I might because it's never actually been printed. I might lose it.
It says non-foil antiquity fabled.
Oh, okay.
So they could already be reprinting riches to try to drive the price down some, but I doubt it.
It's Heart Ophidia, and what would be another one to bring out? Because the Arknight gem is terrible. It's just for Viscerai.
I don't know. It could be a new one. No other. There's not going to only be reprints in this, so it could be new.
Okay. but the balance and shelter are needed. They actually have brought the price down a little bit. Balance looks amazing. The shelter looks amazing. Well needed. Really cool. I'm not even going to be not upset or sad about that in the slightest. But just want to make sure we weren't doing anything crazy with violating the reprint policy. So nice to see that is not
I'm
being
going to
infringed
post a screenshot from the trailer into our group chat. Or into the chat here, so you can take a look at it real quick. This is the art for the tunic.
Yes. Where is it? I don't see it.
Into the chat on the stream for us.
Oh. All right. Well, see, I was looking at the actual chat.
Nah.
You're making me work for it. All right, I'll find it.
No, all you gotta do is just open up a
Holy
little
shit!
bubble. Right?
Yeah, I need that. Well, man, are you kidding me, dude? All my tunics are dead. That better not be foil.
I don't know, man. It is foil, by the way.
Oh yeah, and with the new border too.
I'm still have a special
slap.
place in my heart for my WTR tunic. That's like,
I mean, I do too, just because of when I started the game and things like that. Same thing with the Heart of Final I have. It's one of the first things I ever opened worth anything. And you opened it. And so, like, it's, like, I'm never getting rid of that card.
I think I will prefer my WTR tunic over the new tunic. As cool as it looks and everything, I would be more excited that the fact that I could put my tunic in another deck without having to move it around.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, I definitely want to try to get this new one because I think it's hot. I'll just admit it. I like redheads in general, so
Same.
you didn't know that about me, but I married a redhead, so
A man of good taste. Okay.
I tell you.
Do you want to keep going on card market? Or do you want to talk more about compendium prices?
Right.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hand in hand. Look,
My bad.
So Glistening Steel Blade has a little bump. That's the one from DVR. Maybe actually, it's not even Hollow related.
Dude.
But that card is really broken, so you should probably figure that out. Shelter's down $72. Great.
Ooh.
Down to
Eyes down to
72?
fourth. Down to like TO
Yeah,
$72. And then I have Ophidius plummeting, which is good. Erase Face is kind of still in the meta right now, so $15-16. Widespread Annihilations popped up a little bit, so maybe more Runeblade players. Not too much, just $4 or $5
people
card.
playing Chain.
But here we go.
Go back down some.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any better. The return of the greatest card ever created. 323% in the last 3 months. Poison the Well. 15 buckaroos, baby. Can't ever get rid of it. Great card.
Yeah. I mean,
Keep buying it.
It is a pretty good tech card still. Thanks, Verdance.
Anything else? Let's see here. Nope, that's about it. Buzzsaw Trap's also kind of seen a little increase as well. Just in sales. So whatever that tells you.
I don't know. It's not, Riptide is still kind of unplayable. Like, Jarl's really decent. So if Jarl's good, Riptide's bad.
I was gonna say Jarl's probably really good into Riptide.
It's unwinnable, especially the new way they play the list now. You can't win.
Okay. I know. I think we were talking about this before we started recording. You guys can correct me. Did we talk about whether or not we think there's going to be any bans or changes after Worlds now? Did we start?
I don't think there needs to be any bans
on stream.
I mean, not on stream.
Didn't.
We talked about it before stream, and I mean, I just don't think that there's a reason to ban anything right now.
I think there's some valid reasons, but I just don't think they're
there's
going
a
to
very
be.
good reason too. Because it's going to be boring as crap for the next few months if they don't make any changes. The meta is completely solved, and there's no new shakeups coming anytime soon.
Yeah, do we want to see
that is a very good
new
reason to shake things up
for RTN? That's the question.
Or do we want 6 months of Lexi meta, but make it draconic?
I don't know. I don't feel like it needs to change, but I'm playing from a perspective of a deck that I've managed to effectively target all of those decks. So I feel fine into it, but maybe other decks that struggle to target. I don't know. It's hard to evaluate from my perspective because as an RKO player, I feel really good into Verdance. I feel pretty good into Syndra. I only struggle into Gravy. So of the big three, there's only one that I struggle into, which I think is normal and healthy.
Yeah, I mean,
I
play Mario, so I feel about the same. Gravy is a bit of a struggle, but I feel okay into the other two, so I'm just concerned about things getting stale in the same way they did where people weren't showing up to events because the format was just boring because there hadn't been anything changed in forever.
I mean, if
change just because it's boring doesn't. I'm just not a big fan of that, right? Like, I feel like if something's actually a problem, then we should fix it. And maybe Syndra and Gravy and Verdance are just too high of shares of the meta, and we might have to look at like what's causing that. But I'd rather have it be more of data driven than just, oh look, people aren't going to show up because it's these, And I suppose
you can't touch Syndra. You can't touch Syndra. If you hurt Syndra, the Verdance and Gravy like get so imbalanced in the meta. So you have to touch one of those first.
Wasn't that the point of changing the LL point system to do 1.5, the 0.5 to 1 to 1.5 was to more aggressively manage exactly these kind of situations? Syndra and Verdance are so far ahead of anybody else as far as points that they've earned over this last season. If they were at the full point, they would both be gone at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And they are going to continue to win and win and win and win, and nothing's going to change.
Well,
they have to do something to. We
got to play our Dories. Time to bring out our Dories, guys, because they beat Sinders and they beat your Gravies. So just
they can struggle into Verdance.
Yeah, they can struggle into Verdance, but just bring your Dories on out. Dude, let's play some Dories.
Dory stomped Syndra. It's bad. That matchup's terrible.
I'm just saying, I think they're going to need to do something at least before our.
They have to hit all three though,
I don't think they need to hit Syndra at all. Like, she's really good, but
so if they just get rid of
a power balance perspective, it's to tone her down so that she's more in line.
If you tone down Gravy and Verdance, guess who else also gets toned down? Syndra. Because mid-rangey disruptive decks get more space and they start beating the crap out of the Syndras.
They're gonna beat out the Syndra. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so who gets free to come wrestle down the Syndra if we touch Verdance and Gravy?
Dude, you want to know what card?
Victor off the top of my head.
You want to know what card Syndra's gotten recently? It's just the one dagger that gives her Spell Void 1. Nothing else has changed about her. Like, they haven't given her some power card or anything crazy. Like,
they gave her that one card to kind of help with Verdance, right? The one where you can't gain life, that Parch thing. I think that could tech in, right? But and very specific. I know. I'm just saying of the cards.
Some people are. Yeah. Like Parched Desert or Parched Plain or whatever. Yeah, that's a small tech card. I'm just talking about things that like really change her play lines. She's been the same since Hunted came out, really. Like,
it's true. She's just a really good buy with better flicks. Like, she's better math buy.
So you're saying that her strength is not due to her dex power level, it's just due to her position.
It's due to who's in the meta.
In the meta. She's good into the other two, like really, really good into the other two. And like, the decks that Gravy and Verdance kind of beat out of the meta are decks that would be good at beating her down.
Okay.
So that's how I feel
maybe
about
Syndra doesn't need to be touched, but Verdance and or Gravy might.
Yeah, I think if you touch both of them, you actually just touch Syndra by, like, she catches flack by other decks being better. Like, more decks that are playing, like, things like
they
Pummel,
can creep in.
Like, imagine if Valda was playable. Like, if Valda had more meta share, Syndra would have a rough time.
If Guardians are good, ninjas are bad. That's fair.
So,
well, yeah.
I mean,
give or take.
I think Syndra can play through a lot of Jarl's stuff. And you know, some of his Earth Disrupt cards he has a rough time with. But as soon as Valda starts rolling her thing, she's basically like Azalea, where she just keeps bonking you and turning your turn off over and over again. And you don't have any play around it because all her stuff has Dominate. Jarl isn't like that. It's just Oakenold.
I don't think I've played against a single Valda ever.
Yeah, it's because Verdance and Gravy just dog pounder. Anyway.
Okay, well, that was just my I guess hot take for this one.
No, it's
So
No, I like
I mean,
it.
we'll see.
I'm open to change. I'm never like against it. I just don't think they're going to.
we'll see.
maybe I've
we
had more
shall
than one
see.
hot take on this episode. I think I'm about done for the night.
Okay. Well, let's wrap up then.
Well, just before we wrap up, dude, seriously, sick job, top 4.
Oh, hell
mind
yeah.
you. I mean, that's just like
You crushed it, buddy.
well put effort, dude, and it's so great to see it pay off. So I'm glad you had a monumental time. I wish I got to manage my time at work better, and then I really wanted to go. Like,
yeah, come with me.
even if I wasn't playing,
I'll
like
get you
Philly is a big one.
If you want to get there with the reps and the skill level, I can get you there. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I need obviously put more time into Marlin and or just switch back to Dory, but I don't want to do it. Like, I think about going back to Dory, and it just feels like a cop out. Like, I gotta learn Marlin better. I lose a lot of games playing Marlin, but I have a lot of fun.
Then why don't you just play better Warrior and just play Mario?
No, I don't want to play Assassins. If I'm not on a female waifu and
you
playing
tell
the
this
game,
man
right?
to spend like $2,500 on another deck.
I'm good. I'm good. I already blamed out the Marlin. Marlin's.
I mean, you've already got the
Marlin's-
codexes and the
Marlin's
CNCs
good.
and basically all the really expensive stuff.
Marlin's my set in stone right now. So,
All right, I'm just saying.
but where can everybody find you, Donnie?
Draco Hominus 87 everywhere social media is sold. You probably saw me a lot during the live stream of Philly. I was very, very active in that chat. I was trying to win one of those giveaways, but there was like 1,000 to 1,500 applicants every time they did one of the giveaways, and I just wasn't lucky enough.
Dang.
But Siblings in Cardboard on any live streams. That's about it.
I learned
I'm not really
I
anywhere
learned
else
that
at the
I
moment.
can't type on it because I'm like have access to the account, but unless I'm physically logged into it, I can't actually interact unless so I used my Switch account, right? But it wouldn't let me. But I was on Big Macs and I was going to type in there, but I like the ones that are overseas because I'm up all night, like all night. And so when it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, that's me, Siblings in Cardboard. When it's like in the afternoon, I'm asleep. On the weekends, dude, I'm vampire on the weekends. But it was fun. I got to see some games in real time. It was really good. So, and Thomas, where can everybody find you?
You can find me at Wet the System Fab on Twitter and Wet the System on Discord.
And you can find us RKO list on the Flesh and Blood official website.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You can.
Yeah,
Oh my
I'll go ahead
god.
and put a link to it in the in the description as well.
You should. Actually, I'm gonna go look at Fabry right now. It's gonna be so neat to see
Dude,
it.
my long ass last
man.
name.
There it is. Oh my god. All right. You can find me at Big Max Fab on Twitter, at Big Max on Blue Sky. Still every once in a while figuring out how to get myself to crack a couple packs, which you think wouldn't be that difficult, but it just things have been a little topsy-turvy. But other than that, if there's nothing else, whenever I can figure this out, there it is. Thanks for joining us, everybody. You think I'd have it saved or memorized, but now we hope you enjoyed catching up with us this week. And if you did, subscribe or follow depending on where you found us to catch us again next time. Until then, take care of yourselves, and remember, we're all siblings in cardboard. Okay, I'll do it. So
No,
seriously,
I got it.
you guys
I got it. You
Go ahead.
see that card? You see that card that says Sirens is safe harbor, and it says when it goes into the discard pile that you get to gain 1 life? You better read it, and you better do that trigger, or you could lose. And
To a top 4.
miss your ticket to the finals of a Battle Hardened.
And it may have only costed $20 to enter it, because it might be in one of those Sage decks. So this is serious news. Oh yeah.
Until that gets banned too.
Oh, and for Justin Bandraw Swords, take care, guys.